I hope everyone enjoyed their evening. I'm Anita Apalera, and I'll be presenting you with an introduction to China's legal system as it pertains to criminal cases. Let's start by discussing the traditions, laws, and customs of our country. It is your civic duty to be aware that China's legal system has been heavily influenced by two major philosophical traditions, Confucianism and Taoism. These traditions emphasize maintaining balance and tranquility in addition to respect for power and basic manners. It's important to remember that breaking the law in any way will also be seen as breaking social norms. Additionally, there is a well established national police force inside the People's Republic of China. This police force's responsibilities include, among other things, the maintenance and conservation of law and order, in addition to the investigation and prosecution of criminal activity. In addition, they are in charge of running prisons, looking into crimes, and making sure that public events are safe. Third, the legal procedure in China is very similar to the one that is used by the United States. The courts are presided over by judges, and those who are accused are given the same legal rights as Americans. In contrast to the legal system in the United States, the Chinese legal system gives the central government a lot of power. As a result, the administration appears to have more sway over judicial decisions. The Chinese legal system is similar to ours in that it uses the death penalty. However, unlike the United States, where death sentences are not carried out until the offender dies naturally, the death penalty in China is usually carried out right away, or it can be put off for up to 2 years. Similar to the United States, China uses the death penalty for murder, but it also applies to drug trafficking. It is inconceivable to me that a person inside the United States could be put to death for being involved in the distribution of illegal drugs. Imagine how empty our facilities would be if all drug criminals in the United States were put to death. The death sentence in China may be carried out either by lethal injection or by firing squad. As horrible as the phrase firing squad may sound, there really are states in the United States that permit it as a method of execution. Mississippi, Oklahoma, Utah, and now South Carolina are the only states that offer firing squads to death row inmates. 3 people have been put to death by firing squads since 1976 in the United States, while 1,000 people have been put to death by firing squad in China. Lastly, if you are convicted of a crime in China, you should expect to spend time behind bars. The Chinese prison system is very harsh, and most prisoners are kept in solitary confinement and forced to do hard labor. Also, it's hard for prisoners to get medical care, and they could be punished in harsh and unusual ways. In general, there are significant differences between the criminal justice systems in the United States and China. It is important to pay attention to the local customs and laws while also showing proper respect for the country's law enforcement and judicial systems. Therefore, if you plan to travel to other nations, I recommend doing some research on their criminal justice processes so that you may be prepared for what you may encounter there. Also, keep in mind that not all of the rights and privileges we have in our country may apply in other countries. I appreciate everyone listening to my presentation, and I genuinely hope everyone found it informative and educational.